Hey guys, Constance here from Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So, I am just sitting here at the kitchen table with my cases and baskets and boxes of seeds and trying to figure out what I'm going to grow this year. I've got more seeds than I could ever possibly grow in one garden. I like to collect a variety of them, and as I was going through my seeds here, I realized, yeah, I got even more seeds than I realized I had. So most of you know, well, a lot of you know, that there's been a lot of uneasiness in the world, and people have been panic buying all sorts of things, from toilet paper to, I don't know, frozen pizzas. And one of the things that has been barely even staying stocked up at all is seeds. And I will confess, I ordered more seeds than I realized I did. And I have made occasional orders over the past several months. I ordered most of my seeds back in the fall, ordered a few more in the spring, and as they came in, I just kind of stuck them in the box and put them away and didn't really pay attention to what I'd ordered. So I've got my cases. I have two of these cases of seeds that are all organized by variety. For instance, this case right here is all radishes. I have root vegetables, and I have like little labels there on the edges. I don't know if you can see that. I've got peppers, peas, melons, herbs, perennial herbs, corn. It's all sorted and organized. This basket, however, is all of the seeds that I have ordered. Well, it's most of the seeds that I ordered, because I've also got some things that wouldn't fit in here because they're good sized. I've got about 5 bags of this size. These are the Landreth stringless bush beans from Haas Tools, and I have a couple of these. I've also got the Kentucky Wonder climbing type of bean. I want to can lots of green beans this year because that is one of Mr. Smith's favorites, and yeah, so I bought the big bags. Now at this point I don't know yet what varieties of everything I'm going to be picking to grow. I do know that when it comes to tomatoes, I will certainly be growing the Dr. Weiss tomatoes. I am very happy with those. They're one of my favorite ones to grow. So that's going to be a every year occurrence. As far as what else I will grow for tomatoes, I don't know yet. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to take you through the seeds that I have ordered. And again, I'm not going to grow all of these. These are just what I have ordered. And then I'm going to have to whittle down the list and figure out which ones will actually go in the garden this year. Alright, so I'm just going to start at the beginning and work our way through the basket. Now this is something new, and I have never grown this. I don't even know if I've ever eaten this, but I got the seeds because I thought these were beautiful, and I thought I could maybe put these in a flower pot and just see, and of course taste it. We'll see how it tastes. But this is Orach. Don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it's called the Aurora Mixed Orach, and I just thought it was pretty. I do grow, you know, pretty things, but I like to grow edible things. So if it can be pretty and edible, that's a double win. Alright, so we're going to put that in the back and work our way through here. Now, most of these seeds came from Baker Creek. Baker Creek is my personal favorite source for seeds, but I do occasionally get seeds from other places as well. I think everything in here came from either Baker Creek for Hoss Tools. And Hoss Tools is based, I believe, in Georgia. And they do have a good variety of seeds. Nowhere near as big as Baker Creek. I think they kind of hold the record for variety. But they do have lots of seeds. They do have some heirloom seeds, and they are really fast shipping, even this time of year with everything going on. I ordered a couple seeds about 2 weeks ago, and they were here in like 2 days. So if you are looking for seeds, I would recommend them as an option. All right, so this next group here is kind of like greens and lettuces and brassicas. I do have them kind of grouped according to category here. So I've got a couple, well, yes, I've got a couple of the early round Dutch cabbage, which is just a classic cabbage. I ordered some Paris Island romaine lettuce, some stonehead cabbage, and let's see here. I have some Brunswick cabbage and some calaboose cabbage, which is, I think, just beautiful. And I think that's all the cabbages. And now I've got lettuces, which I will actually be starting some lettuce here pretty soon. It's February, and a lot of these can grow in the colder weather. So I will be sowing a little bit.
It is not playtime, be quiet.
So I will be planting some lettuce here actually pretty soon. Now this one was actually a free packet of seeds. This is Tom Thumb lettuce from Baker Creek. Then I've got Flashy Butter Gem. I have some Butter Crunch. I have a couple packets of Bronze Beauty. Now when you order seeds from Baker Creek, you always get at least one packet of free seeds with your order, and I've made several orders, so you'll notice that I have several packets of free seeds. So these two are both free ones. I have the Paris Island Cause and the Rouge de Havre. Probably butchering the name of those, but two more lettuce varieties. And I think that is, oh no, there's some more cabbage. Mammoth Red Rock cabbage. And I don't even remember what this looks like, but there you go. All right, so that's all my cabbage that I ordered. So then I've got 3 varieties of kale. One of them was a freebie. This is the Russian Red or Ragged Jack kale, and that's got some deeply colored leaves on that. I'm thinking that might go in a flower bed. And then I've got 2 varieties that are kind of getting a little adventurous. So I have the massive 1,000 head kale. Look at the size of those leaves. And then I have the walking stick kale, which grows super, super tall. So we will see. Again, I don't know what varieties of what I'm going to plant. These are just the seeds that I have ordered, and we'll just have to see what ends up in the garden. All right, now I've got some herbs here. Some of these are repeats. I just ordered some extra seeds because I was getting low. This is feverfew, which I've never grown before, and it is the White Star variety. It doesn't have a photo on there. I ordered some more chamomile, even though I did finally get chamomile to grow for the very first time this year, and once it grows, it should be established and come back on its own. So fingers are crossed that that happens, but just in case, I did buy some extra seeds. Then I love to grow basils, all different kinds of basils. I usually have at least like 5 different varieties out there. I always grow Genovese basil, holy basil, but I saw this variety of basil. It's also a Genovese basil, but this one is called Red Freddy. And I thought I would grow this one this year. I do usually grow purple basil as well. But I usually grow, I think it's called dark opal or black opal or something like that. So I'll grow this one this year instead and see what I think. And then I have the Mamolo basil, which kind of looks like a Genovese basil, so we'll just have to see. All right, some more herbs. I have some wild thyme. One of the things I would like to do this year is get another herb garden going, another herb bed that can just be designated for herbs, especially ones that are perennials. That way I can have it established, have all of the herbs there, and just let it come back every year. So I do want to add at least one more new raised bed this year for that purpose. I will be getting out there very soon and pulling out those 2 raised beds that were my original raised beds that are just disintegrating and building a new bed to replace those. And so that's going to be happening pretty soon because I'm delaying my seed starting a little bit this year, and I talked about this in another video because I have found myself waiting on frosts and freezes, and my plants are desperately needing to get in the garden, and so to kind of not have to deal with that quite as much this year, I'm just starting my seeds a little bit later. So I do have a little bit of time before I need to worry about having those beds ready, but it'll sneak up on me, I know. Valerian, I decided to go ahead and get some of this. Again, I'm wanting to establish more herbs, and especially medicinal herbs in my garden. Alright, then I have a couple varieties of carrots that I added to my collection. The Manpukuji carrots, which are a very long carrot. And I got some of these, I'm going to butcher this, One obtuse du daube. Yeah, those ones. I enjoy the colorful carrots as well. And then peppers. I don't know what it is about me and peppers. I love growing a variety of peppers, and I will never grow all of these, but here we go. I got more of the pepperoncini seeds, which I grew a ton of pepperoncinis last year. I got some more cayennes. These are the long, slim cayenne peppers. I picked up some more bell pepper seeds. These are the touchdown bell peppers. Let's see. California Wonders, which are just a classic bell pepper. I have, let's see, I've got some more of the lipstick peppers. I grew these 2 years ago. They did fantastic. A very sweet, very mild tasting pepper, a lot like a bell pepper. And they grew prolifically when I grew them, so I thought I would add those back into the rotation this year. And then I have a bunch of new ones. I've got nadapinos, which are jalapenos, except they're not spicy. So I got some of those. And then I got a couple more new ones. This is the Brazilian starfish pepper. Look at those. Those wild. And then the Buena Mulata peppers. Some purple peppers. So I like to grow a mix of hot peppers and mild peppers. And I enjoy growing peppers. All right, I did order an extra packet of Luffa gourd seeds. Don't know what I'm going to do about Luffa gourds. I know they're not going in my regular garden because the last 2 years it was just a jungle, and so they're not going to go out there. If I grow them this year, and I probably will, I'm going to find some place where I can grow them where they are way away from everything else and they can just go crazy. But I am going to give them a try again this year, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, beans. I've got a couple different varieties of beans, and I think these might all be new ones for me. Well, no, I grew these ones a couple years ago. These are the dragon tongue beans, and I love the color on them. They don't keep that color once you cook them, but they sure are pretty. Then I have I got some golden butter wax beans, some painted lady, and I grow these just as much for the blossoms, for the pollinators, as I do the beans, because the butterflies, the hummingbirds, they all love these things. And then two definitely new to me beans, the Uruzun, probably saying that wrong, Uruzun Japanese winged beans. I got some of these just because they looked very neat and I wanted to grow some. And then these. Don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I've heard they're interesting, so I figured we'll give them a try. And actually I might grow these. These are the Chinese python snake beans. Look at that. It says it's the largest snake bean variety, growing up to 60 inches long. I wonder if you can can them. Alright, that's it for the beans. Then I have some more, I've grown these before, the Magnolia Blossom Tendril Peas. And these will actually be getting planted very soon as well. I picked up 2 things of ground cherries. I got some Aunt Molly's as well as some, I don't even know what variety these are. They just say ground cherries. Well, ground cherries. And cucumbers. I picked up some more cucumbers. I got the Boston and Chicago pickling cucumbers, as well as the Armenian striped cucumbers. And these cucumbers can get very big, and they just looked interesting. So I thought I would give these a try. All right, then I got several varieties. I kind of went crazy with the radishes. Several varieties of radishes. I got some more watermelon radishes. I got these Pusa Jamuni radishes. And seriously, I just got them because they're purple. I got the Malaga radish. Look at that thing. I got some early Scarlet Globe radishes, which are just kind of like a basic classic radish. Some Pink Beauties, again, a classic radish. There's no picture for that one. And some Chinese red meat radish, which they look to me a lot like the watermelon ones. And so I just grabbed a packet of those as well. And then I got one more. Now, Daikon radishes are known as a kind of like tilling sort of radish because they go really deep. They break up hard packed soil, and they're great as a means of amending soil. You would plant them, chop them down, and just let them rot, and they add just biological mass to your soil. So if you've got soil that just doesn't have much to it, Adding Daikon radishes to the soil, like in the fall, letting them rot over winter, it just adds nutrients and helps break up that hard soil like we have here with our clay. And I saw this variety. Now that said, I got these Daikon radishes just because they looked interesting. Japanese Minoways, or Minoways, or however you pronounce it, Daikon radish. And these things are hefty. Alright, so those are my new radishes. I did pick up a variety of watermelon from Hoss Tools. These are the Tailgate seedless watermelons. So I think those will be the watermelons that I try this year. Then I did get some more Kajari melon seeds. I loved these last year. And then I saw these, which I've been wanting to try as well. The Kiku chrysanthemum melons. Look at those. That's it for the melons. And then we have the squash. South Anna Butternut Squash. I've got some gold prize squash, some yellow squash there. And then I have a couple different varieties of zucchini. I got some more of the Ford Hook zucchinis. I grow these pretty much every year. They do really well. But I did go ahead and get a couple other varieties to try as well. I have the Spineless Beauty, which is again a classic green zucchini. And then I also got these Golden Delight zucchinis. There you go. And then I got some Honey Boat Delicata Squash. I thought these looked interesting. And then the last squash I got is the Zucchino Repicante. And I think it looked a lot like the Armenian cucumbers, like long and striped, if I remember correctly. There's no picture on the packet. So those are the squashes. All right, now for the tomatoes. Oh goodness. I kind of went crazy with these. Now normally when I grow tomatoes, I usually grow about, I don't know, 5 or 6 varieties. So I've definitely got more than 5 or 6 varieties here. So I'm going to have to kind of whittle them down and figure out which ones I want to grow. All right, I have Orange Icicle tomatoes from Baker Creek. I got some Amish paste tomatoes, great for canning and making sauces, as well as the Hungarian Heart tomatoes. Now last year I grew the Berkeley Pink Tie-Dye or Tie-Dye Pink tomatoes, and they grew really, really well. I had a ton of those tomatoes. So I have some more of those seeds. I also got the Berkeley Tie-Dye green tomatoes. Check those things out. And of course we have the Dr. Weish, my favorite tomato to grow. And those all came from Baker Creek, of course. And then I have some more that I got from Hoss Tools, a variety here. I bought a couple packets of the Bella Rosa tomatoes. If you have ever watched Jason from Cog Hill Farm, he highly recommends these. He says they are his favorite tomato to grow, the Bella Rosas. And so I decided to get some of those, and this is one of the varieties that I'm definitely going to grow this year just because I want to give them a try. And I don't know why I went crazy and I bought like 5 packets of them. Yes, I'll be growing those this year. And I also bought some Abe Lincoln tomatoes. There. I got some Celebrity tomatoes, and I mean these all just look like red tomatoes. I got the Florida 91 tomato. I also ordered some Amish paste tomatoes from Hoss Tools, so I've got lots of Amish paste tomato seeds. And then I have another variety of paste tomato as well called the Tachi tomato. There you go. And, you know, I really struggle with the paste tomatoes. I can grow slicers with no problem, and I grow them like crazy, but for some reason I just really struggle with those paste tomatoes. So I'm going to try some different varieties and see which ones work for me. Yarrow. I kind of went crazy with my yarrow seeds as well. This past year was the first time I grew yarrow, and it is a perennial, and it's really hardy because it's still out there in the garden and it is still green and lovely. I mean, the flower part's gone, but the plant is still there and looking great. So I am probably going to end up establishing a yarrow area where it can just grow and be. I ordered some more of just the common white yarrow, but then I got some lovely colorful mixes as well, such as the Cerise Queen yarrow, the Colorado mix, and some Polish pastels. How pretty those are. And I don't know if they normally bloom in the late summer, or if they just bloomed in the late summer for me because they were brand new plants and getting established, but it's nice to have some flowers that bloom a little bit later in the year. And for me, they did here last year. All right, and then something that I always grow every year is zinnias. I grow all different kinds of zinnias. I absolutely love them, as well as cosmos, which I didn't order any new cosmo seeds because I had lots of cosmo seeds. But I did get some more mazurkias. I love these mazurkia zinnias. And then I saw these, a new variety for me, but I just fell in love with them, and I had actually tried to buy them last year and I think the year before, and every time I tried to get them they were sold out. But I saw them, candy cane mix zinnias. Look at those gorgeous things. So those are the only two zinnias I bought. And then of course sunflowers, because y'all know I love sunflowers, and this is actually the end of my stash here. I did order some more Mongolian giant seeds. I was going to save the seeds from the heads last year when I grew those massive skyscraper things. I cut the heads off, they were dried, and I was going to put them away and I forgot, and they got rained on. Ordered some more seeds because now that I've grown those skyscrapers, I'm gonna have to have them out there every year. They were just so impressive. And then I love sunflowers of every color. Last year I grew those dark red ones, and I had a lot of questions about those. They were called chocolate cherry, and they came from Haas Tools. That's where I got them. I'm sure you can get those seeds other places as well, but that is where I got mine from, chocolate cherry sunflowers. And they were a multi-head sunflower, just like a lemon queen is. And one stalk had just like 20 or more flowers on it. Just stunning. I am going to grow some of those this year, but I'm also going to grow the Mongolian giants. And then these. And these ones I'll definitely grow this year because they are just beautiful. They are the Evening Sun sunflowers. Look at that. And I think that is it. Yes, that brings me back to the Auric, or Aurach, or however you say that. So, those are all my new seeds for this year. I still have my stash of everything else that I have grown in the past, and seeds that I have picked up or ordered. And so now the challenge is going to be going through all of these cases, multiple, and figuring out exactly what I'm going to grow this year. So this will be the hard part. So that's it for today. If you have any questions on any of the varieties that I shared with you from my basket, leave them in the comments down below and I will be sure to address them. So thanks for joining me here again at the homestead kitchen table. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I will talk to y'all next time.